September the 1st. I'm going to try out a new hammock tonight, cold. A couple things I want to check out tonight. Just whether it works for me for a lie, and whether my Under Quilt works for it. Also, how well my existing tarp kind of covers it. Also, I want to talk a little bit of tarps. Got a brand new tarp on order. I want to take a look at two of the other ones. I want to see which tarp I like the best, and I want to tell you why I ordered and spent a whole bunch of money on the new tarp that I just spent a bunch of money on, and why I think it's worth it. First things first, it's a rainy day out there. I got to go out and set up my MEC Scout tarp and hopefully block out some of the rain, snow, sleet, slush crap that's falling from the sky right now. So I'm out here in my backyard. First thing I want to do to set up the tarp is tie up a ridge line. I keep my tarp ridge line usually separate from my hammock ridge line because my hammock ridge line tends to sag a little bit when I get into it because everything kind of stretches out, and my tarp ends up drooping. So I always keep them separate. Okay, so the ridge line's set up. I've got a trucker's hitch here, and I've just tied the tail end up here just to keep it, you know, less messy, which creates a nice tight ridge line. Well, it's raining out here, but here's the tarp set up. Anyway, let's take a look at a hammock selection here. So, tried and true, you've seen this Clark hammock in several of my videos, in pretty much all of my videos. This thing goes with me everywhere. It's about 3 years old, I guess. Very good hammock. This is my Eagle's Nest Outfitters, or Eno, single nest hammock. This one here is exactly the same as an Eagle's Nest Outfitters double nest, but it's by a company, Fibre, I believe. Anyway, I got this one for free from Air Miles. I knew it was exactly the same as this, same material, same build. The only thing this hammock does not have that an Eno would is this little strap here, and mine kind of ripped anyway, so who cares about that. This one here, never slept in this, never sat in this. It's a Hennessy hammock. The Expedition A-Sym zip. It's got a zipper on the side as opposed to a Velcro bottom, as most Hennessy hammocks are known for. I've never sat in this one. This one I'm borrowing from a friend for now. I'm looking at a new hammock because my Clark is old and it might start to rip soon. This might be one of the hammocks I'm looking at. So very quickly I want to talk about some of the features of the Clark. It does come with its own case. This case is part of the hammock. It's sewn into it. This will flip inside out and turn into a big pocket when you're using the hammock. Velcro seal, comes with tree hugger straps. These ones are great. Like I say, they've been about 3 years and they've been everywhere with me. Second thing I like is the ropes that are built in. Gathered end here. Kind of a neat system. It is sewn. It's actually quite strong. If it can hold me, it's a good system. This rope is starting to wear out a little bit, and that's one of my concerns. I don't want to have to retie this. Another item with the Clark hammock are these drip rings, aluminum drip rings. I've shown you in previous videos how these work. That's why I like the Clark. It's a 4-season hammock. Great with an Under Quilt. Works well without when you fill the pockets up with stuff. Awesome hammock. You've seen it before. You'll see it again. Alright, so I'll review these two together very quickly. They compact nicely. They're light to carry. They don't take up much space. This one comes with a strap and a pocket. This thing is a pocket when the hammock is set up. One of the things that I added to this that make it a little bit more handy are snake skins. That keeps the hammock contained in the wind. I like the Eno single nest. However, in the wintertime, I like a little bit more padding under my butt. This one, same idea. I didn't put the modifications on this one. I don't use it as much. It's huge. This is my summertime laying around in the sun reading a book hammock. Comes with straps. This one I have to bring straps from one of the other hammocks for. Anyway, bring these ones. Light sunny day. Maybe just an overnighter. Light bug out, whatever you need. Alright, what we're looking at here is the borrowed hammock. The reason it's called the A-Sym is because it's actually an asymmetrical design. So it means it's not shaped like a banana. It's kind of parallelogram shaped. With the Hennessy hammock, my understanding is that you're more likely to get a good lie because of the shape of the hammock itself. When you tie yourself up, you still have to consider the same rules, but I think this one is supposed to be a lot more forgiving. Most Hennessy hammocks, like I say, have a bottom entry. Velcro here, you get up into it, have a seat, lay down. This one, you unzip it, flop in on the side, just like most. I've never sat in one of these before. We're going to try this out. I'm very excited. Well, here we are with the Hennessy set up. So as you can see, it's got the regular sag to it, but the difference is the material is asymmetrically shaped. So there's a corner pull-out on this side, and then on the far side there. So the idea is you lie across the hammock from corner to corner, and you get a more flat lie. So here's the Hennessy hammock. We're going to sleep out here tonight, assuming my under quilt works. Let's go grab my under quilt, get it set up right now. So like I thought, I had to take down that line. Otherwise, we'd be hanging over the under quilt like this, and that wouldn't make any sense. It would probably damage the under quilt. The other thing I want to talk about very quickly is tarps. Up above me here, as I mentioned previous, is the MEC Scout tarp. This is my main go-to tarp. It's rather large. I think it's like 8.8 by 8.8 or something like that. It's great. It's been to hell and back with me. It's still waterproof, despite the fact that I've probably mistreated it quite a lot. This is my go-to tarp. I've just ordered myself a new tarp made out of Cuben fiber. It's a newer thing on the market. It's becoming quite popular with backpackers and hikers and kayakers and canoers and things like that. What you get with a Cuben fiber tarp, other than the fact that your wallet is now empty, is a gigantic tarp that weighs half of what most other tarps do. That's kind of see-through, so you can actually enjoy the experience while you're laying in the hammock a little bit more. We're talking about the MEC Scout tarp. The tarp is relatively cheap. It's like $60 to $80 depending on where you can get it from. MEC sells it directly. There may or may not be other carriers. I'm not too positive. Weight on this one is 515 grams, which isn't too bad. It packs down fairly small. 1 liter size Nalgene bottle, I'd say. You can get it in there really tight, along with ropes and a few carabiners as well on that one. The ridge line on this one is 9.5 feet, which isn't too bad. And it's a silicone coated product. Like I say, it's been working really well for me. Whereas the Cuben fiber tarp, you're looking at a tarp here that has a 10 foot 10 inch ridge line. You're only looking at 184 grams. 515 for the Clark, 184 grams for a 10 foot ridge line, almost 11 foot ridge line. Okay, that's 3.2 meter ridge line on that one. Amazing. Packs down even smaller than the Scout tarp for this one, and it's for all you hardcore people out there, it's a CT1K.08 material. Cuben fiber is what that works out to. That's why I bought it. That's why you spend $300 on a tarp. But at the end, what it has is triangle pullouts that act as doors that close up sort of the triangle of the tent, so if you will, kind of closes up like that, allows for extra wind blocking. So now that I'm doing a lot more backpacking and hiking, Cuben fiber is the ideal tarp. It provides a 4-season shelter. Awesome.